End of Oak Street, written and directed by David Robert Mitchell and also co-produced with J.J. Abrams. The film stars Anne Hathaway and Ewan McGregor as a family whose suburban neighbourhood has been teleported from 1982 into prehistoric times. So at the end of Oak Street, so I got a chance to see it the other day, and I was really excited for this one. I'm very curious about this one because this is basically the same guy who directed It Follows, which I have not seen. I heard pretty good things about it. J.J. Abrams is involved, and it has dinosaurs in it, and it's meant to be a survival horror film. And it has a great cast, like Anne Hathaway and Ewan McGregor. That's a great combo here. So I was kind of like, you know what? This could potentially be really good. I think this could be a really fun, the end of the summer, because since now kids are back at school and the summer holidays are nearly over. So I thought, you know what? Let's talk about this. Let's jump right into that. So the end of Oak Street, got a chance to see it the other day. And for the majority of it, I had fun with this film. I had a blast watching this movie. It's not a perfect movie. It's not going to win the Oscars anytime soon. But as far as a fun, entertaining movie, I think it serves its purpose. It's a fun, enjoyable, a good time horror survival movie with dinosaurs, with two great actors. Let's just get right to the point. The directing here and the cinematography is the technical stuff. Round of applause. This looks incredible, and the way this film is set in 1982 in a suburban town and neighborhood looks amazing. It looks fantastic. It's just outstanding how this world looks, and you see this Stratford family with the Pratt family, which Pratt family, kind of similar name to Chris Pratt name. Never mind that. You see this family who's a dynamic family, kind of functional family, kind of broken family between the husband and wife, which is basically Denise Pratt, played by Anne Hathaway, and Greg, played by Ewan McGregor. So both of these husband and wife are not getting along. The relationship is kind of a mess, which I'll give it some credit for this film, the majority of it. The heart and soul of the family is the family dynamic, which I do quite like. That the kids are worried that mom and dad are going to split. Listen, there's a lot of... It does follow that family formula which we've seen before, but it does the way it serves a purpose for the story which it's trying to tell. It wasn't like just throwing there for the sake of, oh, let's just throw in there for generic reasons, but it's there for a purpose. It has that emotional weight to the story, and the moment that pays off at the end, it pays off. It does well for itself. And the acting, I will say, again, Anne Hathaway, this is her year. I haven't seen the other film that came out, and I've seen Devil Wears Prada too, which was alright. It's not my type of movie, but I can see why it has its audience. The Odyssey, which I reviewed last month, check it out if you want to. I really enjoyed that movie. I think it's fantastic. I think it's one of the best films up there with Project Hail Mary. Her performance here, just like the other two films I saw, she is a standout. I think that she is on it in 2026. She's killing it. I'm honestly flabbergasted how good she is as an actress, and she hasn't lost her mojo. That's to say the least. Ewan McGregor as Greg, which is weird name to say, Ewan McGregor as Greg. Ewan McGregor's good. I really liked him. He does pull off that American accent because he is Scottish. I'll give him credit. He does try here, and I do think he does give a good performance. I wouldn't say it is his best performance, but I think he does well what he was given. As far as the two kids, Audrey and Brian, they're good. They have their moments and they have their shine. I'll say the kids, which we'll get to the negatives, we'll get to the certain stuff of the plot. And the storyline is very simple, it's very basic, it's straightforward, there's nothing much deep about it, but it does add some context what's going on, so it does give you an idea, and it takes a wee while to get to the story, but the moment they teleported into the prehistoric times, that's where it tenses up, this is where it's most interesting, and even the dinosaurs and the prehistoric creatures, amazing. It was a standout, and it feels like a horror film. It's this family trying to survive this prehistoric time, trying to go back to their own time and trying to figure out what's going on, what's happened. So it's kind of a really good functional movie, and it works so well, and it contains like a real good effort to it. And the visual effects, and there is tons of visual effects, and there are some practical effects here and there. There are some really great effects here, and there are some really good effort. There's not one that doesn't look CGI or looks bad or looks unconvincing. Everything detail work, even the dinosaurs looked scary. It looks authentic. It looked really practical, and also really like the dinosaurs what we saw in something like the Jurassic Park franchise. Nothing against the Jurassic Park, it has its place, but this looks more accurate to them, but right, we see the dinosaur stuff and all these prehistoric creatures what we've seen before. And also, this feels like a horror movie, and that's what Jurassic World sequels should have done, which they should have been from the start. No disrespect to anyone who likes the Jurassic World sequels, but for me, this movie does it better than those films. Take notes, Jurassic World, take fucking notes. And yes, you do have a family dog in the film, and if you're expecting the dog to be killed, spoiler alert, the dog doesn't die. However, That being said, a minor spoiler, if you're a cat person, well, let's just say the cat didn't survive. The cats don't survive in this one. So please don't watch this if you don't want to. In terms of the pacing here is really good, but I will say as a majority of the negative, which we'll get to the negatives right now, my problems of that, it's the pacing. I think the first 15 to 20 minutes does take its time to get going because it feels like it was just struggling along and it was just trying to set up these characters, which nothing wrong setting up the characters, setting up their stories up. And it does kind of take a little time to get going. But the moment they do get teleported into the prehistoric times, that's where it picks up. That's where I got into it. So, okay, here we go. That's where we're getting into it. And as far as the arcs go, we do have Denise and Greg's relationship problems in the marriage and they think they're going to split up. Yeah, it's good. It's developed very well. It has its emotional moments and when it does pay off, it pays off. However, that being said, I do feel like one of the kids doesn't get much development because I feel like they're just thrown under the bus, especially Brian, who is basically bullied by this kid from the street, basically saying that blames him for breaking his brother's arm, that he's trying to kill him for some reasons. And that didn't get really much resolved. I feel like they could have been more emphasis on that of his character. There's a girl called Janet that Brian has a crush on, but he didn't really show much affection, which doesn't develop that much. And also, she's kind of a bit, well, I don't want to be homophobic here, but my guess is that she's into Audrey a little bit because they both hugged. I'm guessing, I'm not saying that out of context, I'm not saying it in a bad way, but I think there's a little hint that she might be not into guys, maybe she's into women a bit. I'm just saying, maybe, I'm just saying that as a fact. I'm not saying it in a homophobic way. I'm not being one of those guys in there now being homophobic. No. I'm not like that. But that being said, it's kind of there, but I just wish Brian could have been more open and honest with her and tell how he feels about her, which doesn't get much resolved. Again, the kid stuff doesn't get much resolved. I wish there was more context with that. It just felt like it was just brushed under the bus. It's kind of like one sweep that was like, okay, is that it? Huh? And the way the film ended, it was kind of felt a bit rushed a little bit. Even though it was kind of satisfying, it kind of wraps up really nicely, but it kind of felt a little bit rushed. It could have been a little bit more. But that being said, I think it does its job. It's fine. It's a decent movie. It's not groundbreaking. It's nothing spectacle about it. But if you watch it as a fun end of the summer movie, I think you're going to have a good time. I think you're going to enjoy this movie, guys, because this movie is definitely worth seeing. If you love dinosaurs, you're going to love this. If you love Jurassic Park, you're going to love this. If you love Ewan McGregor and Anne Hathaway, you're going to love this movie. It's a fun time. I wasn't expecting anything great about it, but after seeing it, I came out saying, you know what? It was a good time. I had a good time with it. It's enjoyable. It was a good time. I didn't come out feeling like, oh, okay, that's a waste of time. No, it's a fun time. I'll definitely buy it in 4K if I want to. I'll watch it anytime I want. I'll watch it in digital. I'll watch it at home or watch it in 4K or whatever. I'll watch it. I'll watch the hell out of it. It's great to watch. I'll watch it again. That being said, The End of Oak Street is a fun time and it's definitely worth your money and it's definitely worth your time, guys. See the big screen as possible. It is a damn good dino time. I'm going to give The End of Oak Street a B-. Guys, comment down below and tell me, have you seen The End of Oak Street? Do you love it? Do you like it? Do you think it's alright or do you actually hate it? Whatever the case is, comment down below and tell me what you think. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you like this review, hit that like button. And of course, if you're new to my channel and just come across it for the first time, hit that subscribe button. And of course, hit that icon bell for more future videos just like this. See ya!